Hello, welcome to the #1 destination for all the goings on in the world of Zwift. And goings on there have been, so let's see what we've got in store for you today. Excitement.com/OMG as I get my first look at the brand new Yumezi map. Yumezi, woo! Shayne Gaffney is back with the latest workout of the week, and I'll be blagging him, or at least asking politely, if he'll help me take my Zwift crit form and turn it into outdoor gravel god form. I shall try out another indoor ride fuel in the Feedzone. We're back with Team Aeonian to hear more about their inspirational story. We have highlights, oh yes, highlights from week 7 of the ZRL, and what's more, lead commentator Dave Towle joins me to discuss all the goings on. Plus, former pro triathlete Matt Lieto takes on a Rider Recon of the ZRL season. Before we get started, if you'd all be so kind to like the video and subscribe to the channel, that would be a great help. While you do that, I'm going to do some diarising. Dear Diary, they say that a full body waxing is just for showgirls. I disagree. I feel so liberated. This week in the world of Zwift, some of you may have noticed there is now a 9th Zwift world to explore with the release of Makuri Islands and the Yumezi map. It is a living Zwift world featuring flat routes, rolling hills and challenging climbs through villages, shops, factories, fields, temples and festivals. And there are over 50 miles of routes, that's 80k, some of which I'll be riding for the first time later on in the show. To explore Yumezi, be sure to watch the in-game events calendar to see when the Makuri Islands will be available as a world choice. It is currently available until the 30th of May, and then on May the 25th and 26th, you can discover exclusive events including badge hunts, group rides and workouts of the week, and all on the brand new roads of Yumezi. Look out for these events on the Zwift Companion. On Friday, May the 28th, the 3rd Adidas Run for the Oceans series begins. Run for the Oceans is a global movement that aims to end marine plastic pollution. Just taking part in the event will help reduce plastic waste, and if that wasn't enough, you can unlock Adidas gear along the way. Check out the link below. Last week, a new Legion documentary dropped on the Zwift YouTube channel. In just a few years, Legion of LA has shaken up the world of American pro cycling, ushering in diversity and winning races. It's called This Is How We Do It, and it provides a fascinating insight into what makes the team so driven, so fearless and so disruptive. It gets the OJ Borg seal of approval. Now, how exciting is this? This is my first chance to ride on the Yumezi map. Brand new, first time I've ever been here. I've heard whisperings like everyone else, but here I am. And I found myself on this wonderful little gravel climb. And my first impressions are, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. Artistically, look around yourself. I feel like I've been exported to another part of the planet, which I have. And there's all these different things like this pagoda temple vibe that I'm about to head through with the lanterns hanging down. And it's just, it is fairly jaw-dropping. It does feel like, yeah, I know I'm looking at a computer game representation of myself on a screen, but it feels like I'm there. I just blitzed past some sort of deer animal, which one I don't know. My name's not David Attenborough, but there was definitely an animal, and I actually caught myself going, oh, look, which is very touristy of me, but still. I mean, you look over to the left now, you can see these beautiful blue, what are they? Sprites? They're like blue fire sprites in the trees. Ah! From a riding point of view, it's interesting. Now, first ride, found myself on gravel, but I love the fact that something that's getting bigger, IRL, everyone is taking the road less travelled. It feels brilliant that the new Zwift map, this new island, has loads of that. Double good for me, because I'm supposed to be doing a gravel race in 4 weeks, so I think I'm going to find myself here as often as possible. Still slow way up this climb, and this Yumezi map is the first map to be released from the new world, which is Makuri. Very excited. And just to let you know, Yumezi comes from the word Yumezi. Now, Yumezi means path of the dream, which I think is a wonderful word. Bit of artistic license to add the Z in there to make it Yumezi. But yeah, you can see why they've gone for a word that means the path of the dream. It feels like a lot of inspiration from this has been taken from Japanese animation. I'm not massively well versed in it, but you can tell the cues as you watch it. So I'm gonna have a little more of an explore and I'll catch you in a bit. Each week, Shayne Gaffney is breaking down the latest workout of the week with a new one available every Wednesday. So here he is to tell us more about knife edge. Sharp.
The workout this week is knife edge. After a warm-up, we move on to a fatigue-based workout. A key aspect is to ramp up your oxygen utilization with some hard efforts early on, then hang on for dear life afterward. The initial hard efforts also help deplete the anaerobic battery. I bet you know you have one of those. So that way, you utilize a greater amount of your aerobic system. In a nutshell, I'm trying to match expected fatigue with prescribed intensity so you'll be able to squeeze everything out of your legs. Feeling like you're riding the knife edge from start to finish.
Like many of you out there, the last year or so has washed out any plans I may have had to take part in any IRL cycling events. But thanks to racing like a bit of a monster on Zwift, I feel like I've never been stronger. So when I found out that I might be able to blag myself a place in this year's Gritfest in Wales, I thought, yeah, let's do this. Now, I've only got a 4-week training window until race day, so I knew that I was going to be limited in the amount of gains I could make. So I thought, who better to ask about exactly what my challenges were than top coach and the man behind Workout of the Week, Shayne Gaffney, and this is what he had to say. Right then, Shayne, the gaffer knee. Give it to me straight. What am I going to have to do then to get my crit crushing legs ready for some gravel grinding action?
So the very first thing I would say is you just do not have enough time, both in terms of the amount of training availability you have and also the amount of volume you've done recently. This is considering you've done a lot of indoor crit racing, but those are only about 30 minutes to 40 minutes on a good day. And you figure Gritfest is going to take you roughly 5 hours to complete, if not longer than that.
The problem is, though, that I love the hot breath of competitors breathing down my neck. And I know the last time that I did a training session, which was a while ago when I did a structured training session, I just didn't have the motivation. How do I deal with that?
If you want to do an event like this, you have to deal with the fact that some of the days aren't going to be quite as fun as other days are going to be. But if you can ideally think of how prepared and how well you want to do on the day once you toe the line, I think that's really beneficial for a lot of people.
So Shayne, what have you got in store for me over the next few weeks?
So I've set you a program that works on 3 Zwift sessions and 1 long outdoor ride a week. The indoor sessions ideally will focus on sweet spot training. In the outdoor sessions, ideally would be done on gravel wherever possible. The idea here is the sweet spot sessions will basically mimic the demands of the timed segments, which is 3, various, whether it's up and down, longer or downhill segments. We have to go a little bit harder. And then the long rides, especially when done on gravel, will just get your body used to riding your gravel bike, as well as get your body used to handling, driving the bike, and really just builds your overall endurance base. And then I also like to do some core work, some hip stability work, and for you, boxing, just for some cross training. So you're not just riding your bike every day of the week and keeping things really mentally fresh and light for you too.
Shayne, I'm going to have to say, man, I'm super excited about that. I took a few things out of there. One, that I'm going to be a physical specimen by the end of this, basically a bronzed, oiled Adonis. And secondly, that you're telling me I should buy a new gravel bike. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And make sure you let your wife know I told you that's okay. I'd be happy to tell her myself.
Babe, can I buy a new gravel bike? She's pointing a knife at me. I'm not even joking either. Well, Shayne, listen, mate, I'm so up for this. I'm so excited about this. I do love a program. I love a challenge, and I think that's exactly what it is. So I best get started. Final thing, if it's bad weather, do I really have to go outside? Okay. Oh, damn it. It's raining right now. Now it's that time of the show again where I test out all the latest ride field trends and crazes, and this week it's Athletic Greens powder. Now this Ultimate Daily is your daily all-in-one supplement with 75 proven whole food sourced ingredients. At £90 for a 30-day supply, it is absolutely not cheap. But then, hey, I don't wake up looking like this for nothing. So let's take a look at it. Looks pretty futuristic, I'll say. Comes in a packet, you mix it up with water, give it a shake, and you get this very dark looking powder, which isn't really green. Oh, I know it is. It looks like the bottom of a pond. So let's give it a taste. Okay, tastes good, looks brilliant. May I say it's one of the best things I've ever had in the Feedzone. If only I'd learned on drinking first. That's how you do it. Tasty. Now, the all-female Aeonian race team continues to make noises at the ZRL. A few weeks ago, their founders, Carla Williams and Jamie Lee Wright, told us how the team was created to provide race opportunities for riders across all categories, and they're here today with part 2 of their story.
Here comes Aeonian.
Only a few hundred meters to go now. What can they do? Can they challenge the time from Cryo or DT?
We don't see it as A and D riders. Everybody is equal wherever they are. Everyone's bringing something. Our D riders may be more experienced than an A rider. So everybody has a space. And then when you race, you're racing your category. But when we're a team, we're a team of equals.
When we started in September, we were only 5 of us. We are now 60 very strong ladies racing for us. We have been growing due to our performance in Zwift Racing League and the community one.
We weren't a team the week before we signed up for Zwift Racing League. We managed to come up with podium positions across the board from A to D. We won the A category and got promoted to the Premier Division. We had some really fantastic performances across that as well, with top 10 finishes with some of our riders.
You can see the Aeonian race team is on the top positions. That is, I'm very proud about. They really want to become better racers. I have an amazing group of ladies that help me running the team. A tactician that helps us to get the notes for the races each week. We have a director sportif that helps the teams to get a good advice when they are racing, so we use Discord for that.
We have a member who was on the Olympic team. We have riders who are smack bang in the middle who are just phenomenal in their own right. And we have social riders but want to race and they want to get onto that next level. It's not just about performance, there's so much more to it behind the scenes. Like there's so many times I wanted to give up. I've fallen off the pack and I'm having some asthma attack and I just want to give up. And then there's somebody popping up with a message saying, come on Jamie Lee, you've got this. And you know, that person means just as much to the team as somebody who's coming first all the time in our races.
The highlight, personally for myself, is seeing such a great amount of ladies that love racing as much as I do, and seeing the progression from starting from 5 members to be now 60 power ladies. I'm just still blown away by seeing how much they have grown in 6 months. It's amazing. I think Zwift is very important, and it's great to feed the moms and people that have very demanding jobs, because it's good to be able to put your children to bed or drop them to school, and then you can just jump into the bike.
You will always find someone to ride with. So whether you're in America and you're 8 hours ahead of someone in London, you can potentially still ride together because of your commitments.
The future for Aeonian, hopefully we'll continue getting stronger, we'll continue having fun, which we are looking forward to race hard. At the minute, it's looking pretty cool.
Not only are Aeonian doing great things in the ZRL and the ZCL, they also have the latest Headband Hero in their ranks. Oh yes, Nathrin Chumanian with quite the collection there. Be sure to send us your nominations for Headband Hero. Tag us at GoZwift. I look great. Week 7 of the ZRL meant a team time trial around the Magnificent 8 course, and going into the race, only 3 points separated the all-conquering Heino Racing from second-placed Swedish Zwifters. So let's see how they got on.
Welcome to the Zwift Racing League, Race 7.
This is Wildtopia's Magnificent 8. 29 kilometers, only 156 meters of elevation. Ensured powered by pedal power with the 4 riders.
Movistar, that's a 1:40, fastest time there. Acrosti, she's taking huge pulls. Cryo RDT.
They go fastest at the intermediate checkpoint. Under the rock arch, 17 seconds faster than Cryo RDT, so Movistar E-Team onto a stormer tonight.
New fast time, 21:15. So Heino, the queens of esport, back on top. Beast Mode about to make the catch here.
And Beast Mode powered by Rose, they stop the clock and they go into the fastest position so far.
Here comes Cryo RDT. They are coming in hot. The last 3 teams have beaten the fastest time. There it is. We've got a new fast time from Movistar. Swedish Zwifters very, very close to Movistar, but in a league of their own, Heino Racing delivers yet another win.
Dominant again there from Heino. In the men's ZRL, Canyon led the way after 6 weeks. If they win, well, it would see them move another giant step closer to retaining their title.
Race 7.
This is Wildtopia's Magnificent 8. Legion of Los Angeles. Only 3 riders this evening. Zwift Warriors, we've got Restart Racing and Team Swedish Zwifters all within 4 seconds of each other.
Next Esport is through, and we've got a new fast time. Callis Esport is through. BZR, new fastest time.
BZR, they're just about to make that catch with Pure Water Ceramic Speed.
Oh, they're through. We've got a new course record. Callis Esport in with a 36:39. This is the team of monsters. BZR Sports Solid. Can they beat that time of Callis Esport and set a new world record? Oh,
And
my,
they do.
36.
They did it. Wow.
What an incredible finale for our final team time trial. 36:31, a new course record. BZR Sports Solid, that was the gold standard of team time trials.
And excitingly, Dave Towle joins me right now. Dave, it was our penultimate round. It was the final team time trial. Overall, before we get into the specifics of the men's and the women's, it was exciting.
I completely agree, OJ. There was a huge sigh of relief coming out of quite a few riders as they finished there. It's a great course, Magnificent 8. It brought the best out of our teams. And certainly that was the way to wrap it up, the third and final team time trial of season 3. And basically everyone walks away unscathed. I know that Heino's got to be really happy that they didn't have a devastating performance like they had earlier in the season. They brought it all back. They recouped their losses, let's say, through the second half of the season. That was a big day for them to get through leading into the final at Surrey Hills.
You said it wasn't a devastating win for them. They seemed ridiculously dominant in this team time trial.
I guess I'm jaded because this is Heino doing what Heino does. It's been really 3 seasons. This is the 22nd time that we've seen them ride this way. They are an incredible team. I mean, I'll go on record as saying they're the greatest cycling team that I've ever had the pleasure of commentating on.
And considering they haven't met each other, they work virtually, that at some point in the future they say they're going to meet each other in the flesh. The way they work for each other is inspiring. And you look at the lead they've now got at the top of the women's standings. 5 points. I mean, no one's going to catch them before next week unless something horrific happens.
One of the oldest cliches in cycling is that anything can happen. But in this case, it is so highly unlikely that I'm really going to focus my attention on teams like Movistar. What Beth McKeever and that team have been doing is nothing short of phenomenal. In the last 2 weeks, they've had a second and a win. No one has more momentum right now. And I think when you look at it, OJ, you're going to see in the future, Movistar and Heino are going to have some absolutely next level battles.
Exciting racing in the women's, and it was in the men's as well, Dave. So let's talk BZR Sports Solid, because they won round 6, the promoted team, and now they've won round 7 as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible ride from BZR Sports Solid. This team, phenomenal. And you have to give Next Sport credit as well. They were right up there. So it's a whole new era in the Zwift Racing League. I am so happy we're at this place where the teams are so competitive, and the word is parity. At this point now, yes, Canyon is a team that was in this position last season, and they're back. But the thing that's interesting is there's so many new teams, and on any given week, take a look at that ride from Draft. OJ, I really loved your shout out to Bruce Bird last week.
The Birdman.
World of Zwift. He's your man, the Birdman, right? And he delivered with his draft team. They were 20th on the table coming into the race. They ended up 5th in the race. That is all heart, and that's what we love to see in the ZRL.
So as we say, we've got one final race to go, which we're all very excited about to see who takes this 3rd season. 2 points at the top. Canyon, we know they've won before. We know it was tight last season. It's looking like it's going to be tight again this season. BZR Sports Solid, are they peaking at the right time, though? Where would your money go, Dave, if I was going to ask you to make a choice?
Wow, that another fantastic question. I'm glad that I don't have the ability to bet on this, because I honestly don't know. Do you go with experience or do you go with trajectory right now? I probably would lean towards Canyon at this point. I think that their experience and their understanding of how to race in our points race format, they've been doing this now. This is their 3rd full season of being at the top or thereabouts. So I'm going to go with experience this time, although I sure hate selling short on BZR Sports Solid. I really believe in their future.
Dave, this has been fascinating. Absolutely love chatting to you. Cannot wait for the final round. Bring it on.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up season 3, OJ. I love your enthusiasm, really feeling that from everyone out there. So get behind your favorite team. They're going to need your support. Throw them some ride-ons next week. Let's get it on.
There's just one race left in season 3 of the ZRL. That is a points race on the Surrey Hills course. So former triathlete and all-round hero Matt Lieto has recon the course for all of us.
Here we are, last stop on ZRL. It's the Surrey Hills circuit, and it is brutal. Super, super hilly. About 1,000 meters of climbing. Make sure you get your warm-up in before the race starts, because it is going to be fast and furious, and there are a lot of points up for grabs. 10% grade always stings, but I will say it's tactical. This race could blow up on this first climb. Leaf Hill, it's a long one. There are some sections that mellow out in the middle, so if you stay in the middle of the group, you can maybe take a little bit of pressure off your legs. But the second part of the climb is super steep. It's definitely going to be important to make sure you have another level to go once you hit this second section of the climb, especially if you want those points. Now we're on Box Hill. This climb is short. Some people say it's the easiest climb on the circuit. It's definitely one that's ridden a lot. But I will say, depending on the pace of the group, this could be pretty hard, short effort. Just under 20 kilometers to go. You're going up Keep Hill. There's no doubt the fatigue is starting to set in. And I told you there was a lot of climbs in this course. It's brutal. It's fast and furious after this climb. I think you're going to see a lot of feather power-ups near the end of this. Make sure you're in the elite group going down that quick descent. People are going to be dropping anvils left and right. And if you have to work off the top of this climb, you're going to be nowhere when it comes to the sprint. 8 weeks of 0L racing, and this is it. Not much longer to go. Just a few more meters of elevation. This is not the time to soften up. You know how the draft works. Take advantage of it where you can. Don't work harder than you need to. You do not want to go early on this sprint. Obviously, if you have a drop power up, you better use it. Everything to the finish. Well, that's it. I'm super glad that's done. I'm also really glad I don't have to race that. Good luck on this one. It's going to be brutal.
And that is it for another week. Hopefully that has inspired you to get upon your bike or treadmill. But before that, please do let us know your Feedzone suggestion, Coach's Corner questions, Headband Heroes, or anything else you'd like to see on the World of Zwift. Now I'm off to my pain cave to do some structured training, or as it was called in the comments, my claustrophobia cupboard. Until next time, ride on.